In the past, Bella Vista and Rio Americano have been involved in some tight battles, two longtime lacrosse programs within the same league and school district. But the past couple of years have been a struggle for Rio. This is their second straight year without a JV team, which tells us turnout numbers are down, and earlier this season they lost at home to BV by a score of 11-2. But that doesn't mean they don't have talent or experience. Senior Kai Allen is back for his fourth and final year, for example, and he leads the team with 19 goals prior to Monday's game versus West Park. Allen is also one of 11 seniors on the team, and junior goaltender Ethan Tabor is also back, having had the brunt of the action last year. Senior Jack Lambertus anchors the Raiders' defense. Tonight they have their hands full against a Bella Vista team that's fighting for a playoff spot. The Broncos are looking to hold on to third place in the Capital Valley Conference A standings and would accomplish that with a win tonight. In addition to what we just spoke about being on the line tonight, the Lonnie Watch is still on, as Thomas Lonnie is just 15 goals shy of the 100 mark for his career. And after tonight, the Broncos are back in action tomorrow night for a non-league game against a talented team from the LA area, Village Christian of Sun Valley. But the first order of business is to get the league win tonight. Can BV continue its recent dominance of Rio, or will the Raiders play spoiler? It's the Broncos and Raiders, and coming your way next right here on BV Live Sports. Hello, everybody. George Thorelson with you. Glad to have you along here for Bella Vista Lacrosse on this Wednesday night, the first game back from spring break. Bella Vista coming into the game at 6-5 on the year. They're 4-2 in the Capital Valley Conference. That puts them in third place at the present time, and they're battling it out with West Park for that third place spot. West Park a winner earlier this week, and so the Broncos wanting to make want to even up the or want to get to 5-2 in the league. West Park is now 5-3. So the Broncos looking to get to 5-2 in the Capital Valley Conference with the win tonight. BV's two league losses are both on the road to teams that are ahead of them in the standings and teams that they are going to be seeing at home in the near future, those being St. Mary's and Vista del Lago. And if the Broncos can win the rest of their games, including tonight, of course, and including those games against St. Mary's and Vista del Lago, along with the other ones on the schedule, they should be able to slide into second place. We'll see if that is actually the case and if they're actually able to do that. But starting off, they have to win tonight. If they can get the win tonight, that's the first step in that direction in terms of getting into that position. It is a critical game for Bella Vista in their quest to at least get into second place and secure one of the playoff spots out of the Capital Valley Conference A. We mentioned Thomas Lonnie. He's at 29 goals on the year and 85 for his career. Broncos looking to get that win and see if they can get him up to 100 for his career. He's second in goals in the CVC-A. Jake Farfan of Vista del Lago has 41 on the season, and Lonnie is fourth in the section behind Farfan, the section leader, Jonas Spang of Davis, and Reed Van Stralen of Whitney. Oh boy, do we remember Reed Van Stralen from a few weeks ago when the Broncos took on the Wildcats of Whitney. As far as Rio is concerned, they would love to play spoiler tonight, and we'll see if what they are able to do. Some names that to call your attention to. We mentioned Jack Lambertus. He is a senior. He's been a part of this varsity program, I believe maybe all 4 years of his high school time. And he is certainly one to be watching for. And Kai Allen, who is the leading goal scorer for the Rio Americano Raiders. And so we will see how well things work for Rio. And in fact, Allen did have one goal against Bella Vista earlier this season, as did Tyler Newman. He had a goal against BV in that game that was played on March 9th. Well, you're looking right now on your screen at Rio Americano and getting in some of their warm-ups. We saw Bella Vista doing so a little bit earlier. The Broncos, as we mentioned during the opening remarks, are back in action immediately. They're going to be back tomorrow as they take on the Village Christian Crusaders. Village Christian hails from Sun Valley, California, which is just north of Los Angeles. They are on a 2-game swing to the north as they will be taking on Bella Vista tomorrow night, and they will then be taking on Folsom on Saturday afternoon. So the Village Christian, by the way, they're on spring break or Easter break this week, and so they will. They're not in school. It makes it easier to travel for them, and this is kind of one of those team building experiences that we have heard about in the past. So they get to do the whole bus ride thing and come on up and then play a couple of games. Right now we are going to break for the national anthem, and we'll get the game underway momentarily. All right, so again, as we mentioned, Bella Vista coming into the game 6-5 tonight, and that is 4-2 in the Capital Valley Conference. For Rio Americano, they are 1-11 and 0-8, and again, the two teams played earlier this season on March 9th, with Bella Vista winning that one by a score of 11-2. After tonight, the Broncos, as we mentioned, they're playing Village Christian tomorrow. They'll be at Christian Brothers on Monday, and then a big one a week from tonight as they will host St. Mary's. That is a huge contest. And again, St. Mary's upended Bella Vista by an 8-6 count earlier this year in a game that the Broncos really have to feel like they should have won. And they also, and then the following Monday on senior night, the 20th, they will take on Vista del Lago. All right, well, we're ready to get this one underway. George Tharlson with you. Flying solo tonight. David Houseworth, my broadcast partner, not here this evening. And we'll get this one underway here momentarily as the players are lining up at the middle of the field. And we see for Rio Americano that going from left to right, number 1 there, that is Ethan Tabor. He is their goalie. 9 saves and 11 goals allowed against Bella Vista on the 9th of March. Landon Bohan, number 21. Kai Hammett is number 0. And 4 is Cooper Carey. Look for number 5, Jack Lambertus as well. As again, we mentioned, he's one of the top players on this team. I'm just trying to confirm that he is out there. But Ethan Tabor gets the call for Rio Americano. And Chase Jones in the net for Bella Vista. Not sure which one has the advantage here as the sun sets. It looks like the sun is shining on both the helmets, so that could be a distraction for both of them. As we get this one underway, Aiden Rilera will take the draw against Jackson Ellsworth as we are underway here at Bella Vista High School. Glad to have you along for tonight's Capital Valley Conference action. Here goes Jackson Ellsworth. And he's going to take this all the way back behind the net and work from the X position. Will Victorin is coming on. Ellsworth looking to circle and curl and shoot and score right off the bat. With 11:33 to go in the opening quarter. And now Cody Simpson will come in. And Simpson picks up the draw. And we are acknowledging that there is a technical issue with the score bug. I'm not sure why it says missing, but obviously the clock is not working with our connection tonight. So we will, actually, there it is. Well, go ahead and put the score up, and we'll announce the clock, and then we'll see if we can fix this. There's Ethan Tabor making a stop. Tabor's all the way up to midfield. Now he's going to let this one fly. That one's going to bounce and go out of bounds. We'll come back to Bella Vista. So the Broncos with that early goal. Well, the scoreboard still says 0-0. And now here's Rylan Wilson running in, and he takes a shot with the long stick. Yellow! Yellow! Broncos are calling for yellow. Here's Ellsworth. Ellsworth looking to move. Here's a swinging shot saved by Tabor. Ellsworth picks up the ground ball. And there's another shot and another save by Tabor. That's Kai Allen who's going to take his shot. Save Chase Jones. A kick save and a butte by Chase Jones. We are at 9:21 to go in the opening quarter. And Rio to bring it back in. There's Tyler Newman, and now Braden Scott. As Rio will work the ball around. Rocco Mistretta, remember him from last year. Oh, here's a shot, another save by Chase Jones. Two good ones from Chase. Broncos looking to scoop that one up. Lonnie has it. And here comes Thomas Lonnie. Lonnie going up against Buzz Workman. Workman working hard there. But Lonnie was equal to the task. This is Simpson. And there's a shot. Here's a score by Cody Simpson. So just to recap here, that goal with 8:26 to go in the opening quarter. Want to get everything recapped here. Cody Simpson, that's his 10th career goal. Congratulations to Cody on that. 6th goal of the season. And then for Jackson Ellsworth, a few moments ago, goal number 44 for his career and number 13 on the season. Oliver Thompson picks this one up off the draw. Here come the Broncos. Victorin. Defense by Rilera. You can hear the coaches below calling out. Victorin, and he takes a shot and scores. So 3 quick ones for Bella Vista. 7:55 to go in the opening quarter. And it's a 3-0 lead for the Broncos. Lara comes up with this one. And then he airmails that one. That's going to roll out of bounds, and the Broncos are going to take possession once again here. Trent Sheridan bringing this one up. Lonnie. Now Ellsworth. Jonah Alonso behind the net. Here's Evan Merrick. Merrick looking to make the move. Closed off there. Aaron Bryan taking a shot. For Aaron Bryan, that may have been his first shot on goal this evening, or this season. Love to see him get a goal. Here he is out in front, and on cue, Aaron Bryan scores. First goal of the season for Aaron Bryan. How about that? With 6:30 to go. Avery Dickin picks up the ground ball for Bella Vista, and the Broncos are on the move once again. Here's Ellsworth. Ellsworth back behind the net. He's looking to curl. A sharp angle shot. That one's going to go out of bounds. Lonnie hustling in, and he is going to secure possession for Bella Vista. Here's Lonnie. He's looking for his first opportunity tonight, and he scores! That's the first of the game for Thomas Lonnie, career number 86. He's 14 away from 100. The Broncos lead this one now 5-0. So Cody Simpson will step in to take the draw. And he's flanked on the left by Rylan Wilson and on the right by Aaron Bryan, both of whom have a shot tonight, and Aaron Bryan has a goal. Nice job by Cody Simpson on the draw there. Just pushed it forward, and then he picks up the ground ball as well. Aaron Bryan, first game back from spring break, I should say, for Bella Vista. They had the entire week off last week. They did not practice at all. Returned to practice on Monday and then had a good practice yesterday as well. And now they get to play the game tonight, and will play the game again tomorrow. So you heard that. That's Colin Holcomb that is called for the foul, the slash for 1 minute. So the Broncos will go a man up for the next minute or a goal scoring. And there's a shot and a score for Bella Vista. And I want to make sure that we, Broncos have some JV players called up. So I need to call up my JV roster so we can give you the right. So because Rio does not have a JV team, there was no JV game tonight. And so the Broncos are calling up some of their players, for some of their JV players, to kind of fill out the roster and give them some experience. That is Kellen Ewert of the JV team that got that goal. So congratulations to him. As Bella Vista on this timeout that was called by Rio Americano, with 4:50 to go in the opening quarter, the Broncos have the 6-0 lead with goals by Jackson Ellsworth, Cody Simpson, Will Victorine. I apologize to Will and his family for all these years. Been mispronouncing his last name. Aaron Bryan, Thomas Lonnie, and Kellen Ewert on a JV call-up. How about that? Your first opportunity to take a varsity shot, and you score. Good job, Kellen. We've got the JV roster in front of us now. So, and the cool thing here is the JV jerseys and the varsity jerseys are the same, and there are no duplicate numbers. So when you get called up at Bella Vista, you just wear your regular jersey and you fit right in. Among those that we see that are suited up here, Jude Stefanik is in uniform, number 27. You know, I'm glad to see in uniform for the Broncos, varsity, Jaden Santos. He's been hurt, and I don't think he's gotten in yet, but he is in uniform tonight, so that's good to see. Oliver Thompson had that one and had it knocked off of his stick. It looks like Rio's going to control this one. Rillera will bring this one in. Tyler Newman. Look at that shiftiness. This guy can move. There's a shot. Another save by Chase Jones. Chase is on his game tonight. He's made at least 3, possibly 4 really nice saves. Kai Allen. Trent Sheridan on the leading scorer for Rio Americano. And Steven Shagola is also in the game, number 18. He's right up there defending as well. This is Gavin Petta, number 41, as they bring it in. Here's a chance right out in front, but Jaden Galvin couldn't control the ball there. Still loose in front of the net. Who's going to pick this one up? Rio comes up with it. You can hear him call settle. That's Tyler Newman and Rilera. Here's Allen. Oliver Thompson with the long stick is defending on him. Good job. Allen's looking for that shot. Now there's the sweeping shot. Another save by Chase Jones. There's the pass. Right to Thomas Lonnie. Right place at the right time. Here's Joe Reynolds. He missed the game against West Park right before spring break. Shot from Jonah Alonso goes wide. And looks like the Broncos control this one. Joe Reynolds will bring it back in. It's good to see him back. Here's Ellsworth. Oh, didn't get there. Aaron Bryan's going to chase this one down. We talked to Aaron Bryan after one of the games recently, and he was talking about his role as more of a defensive midfielder, playing some offense tonight, and he's got his first varsity goal. Here's Deacon. Deacon with a shot. Deacon with a score. Avery Deacon, 28th career goal. He is 2. I'll get my math right. He's 2 shy of 30 for his career. He's a junior, and of course he will be back next year, probably one of the top scorers looking ahead to next year. So it's a 7-0 lead now for the Broncos, leading Rio Americano. We mentioned the different, a lot of JV players being called up tonight. They may be getting some playing time if this continues. We got a whistle, illegal procedure on the face-off, and the Raiders will take possession here. It's the Broncos and the Raiders. Here's Allen. His pass is deflected away. Mistretta's going to chase this one down. Estrada dispossessed. Nate Jones with the defense. They try to run him out of bounds. They don't. A flag is going to fly, and they're going to whistle play at the end here. Oh, they're going to call a 30-second penalty on Nate Jones. I wonder if he might get a. Looks like a push. And that's going to send Nate Jones into the penalty area here and possession back to Rio. That's the only reason why they would have stopped that. If that had been on Rio, they would have kept playing. 2:10 to go in the opening quarter. I don't have number 24 on my roster. And there is a 24 on this team. So there's Rocco. They just called for him, the Rio fans. That's Kai Allen. It's like Jones deflects that one away. Stays with Rio. You better make sure someone's on 11. That's their leading scorer, Kai Allen. You heard the call down below. Way out top. This is Colin Holcomb. And now Jaden Galvin, number 12. At it for a second. Tyler Newman. As I recall, he had a goal here last year in the game. This one's going to turn over to Bella Vista with 1:06 to go in the opening quarter. Happy to have you along. Our first game back since spring break. And we're going to be back with you tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Broncos take on Village Christian of Sun Valley, California. Again, that is just north of Los Angeles. They're number 31 in the state, so this is going to be a very good team that BV is going to play tomorrow, but the pressure as far as at least playoff positioning and league standings and things like that is off tomorrow. It's just an opportunity to take on a really good team from outside the area. And so we'll be on at 7:05 tomorrow. Here's Simpson. As we approach 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Kai Hammett has it. And time is going to expire. We have come to the end of the first quarter here with the Broncos leading 7-0. We'll recap in just a bit. I'm going to step away from the microphone for just a little bit. We'll be back on for the call of the second quarter. If you're just joining us, we do not know why the word missing is on the screen, but that's where the clock would normally be. But we've kind of adjusted, as you can see, as we're underway here in the second quarter. Glad to have you along. 7-0 Bella Vista. And different goal scorer for each goal for Bella Vista. 7 different players have scored. And again, as we mentioned, there are a number of JV players that are getting the call tonight. And a lot of them are in there right now, so we'll pick them up as they go along. This is Evan Merrick. He's a varsity player. And here's Enzo Harris. Harris, got to give him credit for a good shoe game there with the bright reds. And this is Jacob Skiza. Sound effects courtesy of people on Madison Avenue. Right out in front, here's Harris! He scores! Enzo Harris! First varsity goal! And that's an 8-0 lead now for Bella Vista. Eight goals by 8 different players. Love it. Eris Gordon is coming in to take the face-off. He saw some varsity action earlier this year and took a couple of face-offs. And has a great opportunity here tonight. Rio's going to win this one. That's Colin Holcomb. Ball is loose. Kai Allen picks it up. Back to the X position. That's Mistretta. Right out in front. That one's a little bit behind Braden Scott. And now here's Cody Simpson. Very aggressive defense by Cassius Raymond, a junior midfielder, short stick. Harris Gordon is coming out. Kellen Ewart's coming back in, scored a goal earlier. Here's Ewart. Simpson. Broncos work it to the far side. There's Evan Merrick over there. Now Simpson. Here's Alonzo. That ball's deflected. And the Broncos, both teams fighting for it. Broncos come up with it. Aaron Bryan, he gets kind of shoved out of bounds. And the Broncos call the timeout before that happens. Quick reflexes by the coaching staff to get that timeout called with 8:11 to go in the second quarter of play here. take a little look here at the scoring. We mentioned the 8-0 lead for the Broncos, and 8 different players dotting the scorebook tonight. In order: Jackson Ellsworth, Cody Simpson, Will Victorine, Aaron Bryan, Thomas Lonnie, Kellen Ewert, Avery Deacon, and Enzo Harris. Ewert and Harris normally play for the JV team, but without a JV game tonight, a lot of the players were called up. And some of the names and numbers that I see on the roster: Nick Reynolds is in uniform. He is number 48. We mentioned Kellen Ewert, Enzo Harris. Dean Newman is in uniform as well, number 2. And we mentioned that Jaden Santos, number 23, a senior. He's played a little bit. He started the season on the JV squad, but he's also missed time due to injury. So it's good to see that he is in uniform as well. Micah Green, number 52, is also in uniform. So coming out of the timeout, Broncos will keep possession by virtue of calling that timeout right before Aaron Bryan was shoved out of bounds. And we are back underway as we approach 8 minutes to go in the first half of action here. Bryan picks it back up. Ellsworth takes a shot, and that one's a little too tall. Broncos will keep possession. Jonah Alonso was back there. Aaron Bryan got his first career varsity goal tonight. In fact, he may be wearing an earpiece because we were just talking about how great it would be for him to score, and he turns around and scores before I even finish the sentence. That shot there was deflected away by Tabor. Here's Ellsworth again, picks up the loose ball. Ellsworth, some good defense from behind, affected the shot. The Broncos pick this one up. Rylan Wilson with the short stick is playing some offense tonight. There's a flag down, and so that is going to favor Bella Vista. Wilson on the attack. Here's Victorine. Lonnie. And if this margin of victory continues for Bella Vista, look for them to give the JV players a lot of opportunity tonight. Broncos certainly don't want to risk injury to key players. The injury bug bit them at the end of the season last year. Then I think that there was also a player that was not able to play in the playoff game due to a previously scheduled trip with his family. And so the Broncos were definitely shorthanded when they made the playoffs. They don't want that to happen again this year. Here's Alonzo. Alonzo forced behind the net. And the Broncos will swing it back out. Lonnie is at the high point. We're still pending a penalty. Here's a shot by Lonnie. He scores. First repeat goal scorer of the game for Bella Vista. And that comes with 4:58 to go in the second quarter. A 9-0 lead for Lonnie. That's career goal number 87. After tomorrow, we will next be with you on Wednesday of next week when the Broncos take on St. Mary's. Mark your calendars for that. That could be a very special night for Thomas Lonnie. We'll also be on the following Monday for senior night when they take on Vista del Lago. That could also be that special night. And that will be a special night for Thomas Lonnie as a senior. It'll be senior night. Tomorrow we have the game against Village Christian for you at 7:05. And a very, very good team. Number 31 in California is Village Christian. We're looking forward to seeing them come up here and play Bella Vista tomorrow on this field. This one going out of bounds. It's going to stay with Rio. Loose ball. Allen's going to pick it up. Oliver Thompson running the defense. Enzo Harris also on defense. They separate the ball. It's loose. And now here is Raymond. Colin Holcomb is number 8 as Rio moves this one around. This one's going to go out of bounds and over to Bella Vista. Simpson. Simpson's attacking the net. He'll take a shot, and that one's deflected back out. Looks like Tabor may have gotten a hand on that. Or the pipe. I didn't hear it clank off the pipe, so that one goes out of bounds on the far side. Bella Vista was closest, so they keep possession. That was a shot. Approaching 3 minutes to go before halftime. Deacon. He's got one tonight. Aaron Bryan, he's got one tonight. Ryan's looking to attack again. He's feeling it after scoring that first one. And now here's a shot. Avery Deacon! That's his second of the game. And the Broncos are at 10. 2:47 to go in the second quarter. And it is all Bella Vista tonight. I can remember when we first started, our very first live stream 3 years ago was against Rio Americano. A few memories about that. We did the JV and the varsity game. And in the JV game, a play-by-play announcer's dream, getting to call a goal scored by his son. That was awesome. Get to the rest of the story for that night in a second. As the Broncos jar that one loose. And here comes Nate Jones. And now the Broncos back in possession again. The varsity game that night went into overtime. And I believe it was Giancarlo Gamboni that scored the game winner for the Broncos on that night in 2023. As I recall, it was we had some rain that night too. Reynolds. Rio has this one. This is Aiden Rilera on the run. And now finds Allen. Quiet night so far for Kai Allen. He's going to back it out. Minute and a half to go. Allen. Thompson working the defense. Reynolds is also there. Thompson with the long stick. And now here's Allen. Chase may have gotten a stick on that one. Here's Rio. This is the player we don't have on the roster. There's a swinging shot. Kind of reminiscent of the Lonnie leap there from way outside. Rio keeps it. Mistretta. Right out in front. There's a shot and a score for Rio. That is Buzz Workman that gets the first goal of the game for Rio Americano. And it comes with 38 seconds to go. Will Victorine. Here's Ellsworth. Ellsworth, he's got an opportunity there. That one's saved by Tabor. Tabor's going to fling this one deep. Kai Allen is there. And Kai Allen's going to get a save. Chase Jones at the buzzer. Oh, mercy. Off the shin. He may feel that tomorrow, but he doesn't care. What a save by Chase Jones. That brings us to halftime here at Bella Vista High School. And all Broncos here tonight. The Broncos scoring early and often. Rio did get one there late in the first half. And the Broncos do a 10-1 lead. And if this continues, the Broncos would go to 7-5 in league play and overall 7-5 and 5-2 in league play. Welcome again inside the broadcast booth. George Thorolson with you, and we're happy to have you along for all the action here tonight as the Broncos back after about a week and a half away. Their last game was that actually, it's been 2 weeks since they played West Park. It was the second half of the doubleheader 2 weeks ago on the 25th, and the Broncos winning that one 10-7 over West Park. And so they haven't played in 2 weeks, and they had all of last week off and returned to practice on Monday and yesterday. Coach Wilson was saying a little bit before the game that the first practice on Monday you might expect was definitely a practice. It was a practice that you would expect to have after a week off, but then everything kind of was back in the groove yesterday, and as it turns out, things seem to be moving pretty well for Bella Vista tonight. They are at 10-1. They beat Rio earlier this season on March 9th by an 11-2 count. So they're almost already there just here in the first half. Jackson Ellsworth got things going really early in this game with the first goal of the game. And in fact, the first 8 goals scored by Bella Vista tonight were scored by 8 different players. We'll run them down. Ellsworth, Simpson, Victorine, Bryan, Lonnie, Ewart, Deacon, and Harris. Kellen Ewart and Enzo Harris are getting a call up from the JV squad. There are quite a few JV players actually that are here, and then Lonnie and Deacon have scored again, so they have there too. So with the Lonnie watch, he is now at 85, or I'm sorry, he's at 87 for his career. That is 13 shy of the 100 mark. Of course, the Broncos have a game on Thursday. That would be tomorrow. They're going to take on Village Christian of Sun Valley. Again, that's a Southern California team that's on a Northern California swing for games tomorrow night against Bella Vista and on Saturday against Folsom. That one against Folsom on the blue turf up there in Folsom is going to start at noon. The game tomorrow night will be going on at the regular 7:15 start time. And so Village Christian, who knows, they might already be in town or they might be on their way up right now. It is going to be tomorrow, April 9th. We'll take the air at 7:05, and we'll see this Village Christian team that is ranked number 31 in the state in the latest Max Preps poll. They're pretty good. They're undefeated in their own league, the Gold Coast League. And I believe that they have lost maybe twice. I think they're 11-2 on the season. And for their wins have not been close. So this will be a good test tomorrow night for the Bella Vista Broncos. And then after tomorrow, the Broncos will be at Christian Brothers on Monday, and then they will be back here against St. Mary's in a pivotal Capital Valley Conference matchup. And we'll back up for just a second because, well, the boys will be at Christian Brothers on Monday. The girls will be home here against Christian Brothers, and that'll be our next girls broadcast here on BV Live Sports. Again, that is Monday, April 13th, the 7:05 start, and we get to see, speaking of milestones, we know that Julia Thomas and Regan Silvers are battling their way towards possibly hitting career goal number 200 this season. Well, Quinn McLaughlin, or as we affectionately call her, the Mighty Quinn of Christian Brothers, came into this week at 187 on her career, 13 away. And we'll see what she does this week and whether she might be going for career goal number 200 on Monday, or if maybe she gets there before Christian Brothers comes calling on Monday. So that's going to be an interesting one as well. Quinn McLaughlin is a senior. We've seen her all 4 years that we've broadcast lacrosse. Well, actually, we didn't see her the first year we broadcast lacrosse, but we have seen her in 3 of those years, and she's quite a player. And her brother, Ryan, just a year ahead of her, he graduated from Christian Brothers last year and was part of a big upset that the Christian Brothers boys had over Bella Vista last year. Getting back to the boys, they have that game a week from tonight against St. Mary's. They lost to St. Mary's earlier in the season, and it was a close one down in Stockton. It is one that Bella Vista probably thinks they should have won. And right now that is what is separating the Broncos from second place. If they can get the win over St. Mary's next week, then it's a split of the season series, equal records. Maybe St. Mary's slips up one more time. St. Mary's has already played Vista Del Lago twice, and they've lost to them twice. So one of the things that could help Bella Vista is they're going to play Vista Del Lago here on the 20th on senior night, and a win over Vista Del Lago could help in terms of tiebreakers. Goal differential may be maybe one of the markers there, but we'll see how that all works out. But even just wins over quality opponents could also factor in. So we will be very eager for that game a week from tonight. But for the Broncos, they've got the Village Christian game tomorrow and Monday's game at Christian Brothers before they battle it out with St. Mary's. And in fact, when they play St. Mary's next week on the 15th and then turn it around and play on the 20th against Vista del Lago, those are those two big league games at home against the two teams that are ahead of them in the standings. And that is, those are going to be those back-to-back games coming up. All right, so we are just a few moments away, a couple of minutes away actually, before we get this one started here tonight. And we were talking about Village Christian, the Broncos' opponent tomorrow from Southern California. They are 11-2 on the year, 5-0 in the Gold Coast League. They are on their calendar. They refer to it as Easter break. It is essentially their spring break. They go the week after Easter. A lot of the religious schools do that. So they are on their Easter break now, and that kind of helps facilitate the trip outside the area. You wouldn't want to do a trip like this when school is in session. Maybe you would, but it certainly works better when they're out of school. So they're doing that this week, and that's kind of cool that they're able to do that. I remember last year during the Broncos spring break, which of course was the week before Easter, they had a trip to the East Bay area for a game on the Wednesday of that week. And you know that is one that is close enough to where you could do that even on a school day, but it certainly does work a little bit better when it is a non-school day. So the Broncos get that game tomorrow night against Village Christian. A couple other notes that we haven't gotten to yet, but want to point out. Jackson Ellsworth leads the league and the section in faceoffs won. That's coming into this game with 83. And a couple of more tonight. And he's also leading the CVCA in faceoff percentage among regular faceoff takers. You know, somebody who's taken one has a 100% success rate. That doesn't really count. So 58% for Jackson Ellsworth, which is best among the regular face-off takers in the Capital Valley Conference. All right, players are at midfield in the Broncos circle. Jackson Ellsworth and Aiden Rillera. By the way, we talked a little bit about the girls team. Girls this afternoon, they beat Rio Americano 22-1. Was the final score. And so we mentioned the goal-scoring prowess of Regan Silvers and Julia Thomas. I am sure I haven't heard the numbers yet, but if somebody that was at that game wants to text those to me, that would be fantastic. Let me know how they did. We would love to find out, but it was a big win, and the Bella Vista Broncos girls team remains undefeated on the season. And they are gearing up for Monday's game against Christian Brothers. Broncos in possession here. Here's Cody Simpson. He's won some faceoffs tonight, and he's also scored a goal. Here's Simpson. Simpson looking to make the move. Closed off. Ellsworth. This one's going to roll close to midfield. Is it going to cross? They save it from going across. Good hustle by Evan Merrick. Will Victorine. Just in time for his final few games of his senior year. He gets to have his name pronounced correctly. That is my bad. Loose ball. Broncos have it. That's Cody Simpson. Simpson behind the net. Ball deflected, comes back out. This is an extended possession for Bella Vista. And right now they're just taking their time. 2 minutes already off the clock here in the third quarter. Here's Ellsworth with another one. Broncos back to a 10-goal lead. Jackson Ellsworth scored the first goal of the game, and he scored the 11th goal of the game, so he'll find the back of it in every 10 goals tonight, I guess. Or he'll prove me wrong. Cody Simpson will take the draw. Rivera comes up with it for Rio. Here's Holcomb. Now Gavin Harris getting to see some action, and Allen. He's been shut out tonight. Allen looking to make the move. Probably doesn't sit well with him. In front, that's Mistretta that takes the shot. Jones with another save. Mistretta will track that one down. This ball, Broncos come up with it. Now all kinds of physical contact right there. I think that was Kellen Ewert that had it momentarily. Jaden Galvin now with it. He's being double teamed. Broncos trying to return the favor. Ball comes loose. Allen's going to come up with this for Rio. Allen. Now a flag flies. This will be on Bella Vista. I think it'll be the first penalty of the game against Bella Vista. Actually, no, Nate Jones was called for one earlier. He had a 30-second penalty for a hold. I believe I heard 9 here. And there was the call right there. And so that's Trent Sheridan. So he'll come out for 30 seconds. Man up for Rio Americano. Oh, nice takeaway by Bella Vista. Here come the Broncos. That's Oliver Thompson. Use that long stick, sweeping shot. It's deflected away. Thompson's trying to get it again. Oh, he almost had that. You know he would have loved to have scored. You know, his sister, Stella, on the girls' team seems to be the one that gets all the goals in the family because Oliver's more of a defensive specialist. So he would love to get one of those to his name. Nick Reynolds and Rylan Wilson back with the long stick. Played some attack with a short stick earlier today. Very physical defense by Braden Scott of Rio Americano. Now Wilson will come out. Here's Victorine. Deacon has Alonso at the X. Now here's Joe Reynolds. Victorine faked the Lonnie leap there. Now we get a whistle. There's a flag down. We'll get this call. Not exactly sure why this stopped play, unless it would be on Bella Vista. But I see Braden Scott coming off for Rio Americano. Here's the call.
25, little body check, 1 minute. 3, offsides, 30 seconds.
Okay, so we've got an offsides and an illegal body check. So the offside to Braden Scott, that's 30 seconds. To Tyler Newman, that's a minute. So Broncos 2 men up for 30 seconds. So we approach 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. There's Victorine, save Tabor. He's made some good saves tonight. And he's going to let this one fly. And that one's picked off by Sheridan. Sheridan finds Deacon. Sheridan playing cornerback there, if you will. Reynolds. And that is Joe Reynolds. There's also Nick Reynolds playing tonight from the JV squad. Tabor with another save. Broncos with possession. Right out in front, Alonso! That's his first of the game. For Jonah Alonso, who missed a lot of the season due to injury, that's goal number 8. And it is also career goal number 16 for Jonah Alonso. Senzo Harris taking the draw. And Rio has the possession. Rivera picked up by Harris. That one too tall for Kai Allen. That's going to roll, and go out of bounds. Of course, that's a pass, so that goes over to Bella Vista on the turnover. Aaron Bryan, Kellen Ewart getting ready to come in for BV. Harris comes out for Bryant. And Ewart's on for Thompson. And there's a shot again for Jonah Alonso. That's his 9th goal of the season. And his 2nd goal within a minute. He hasn't scored for a minute, as they say. Career goal number 17 for Jonah Alonso. Good to see that for him. Eris Gordon will come and take the face-off for Bella Vista this time. Again, as promised, a lot of the JV players getting some action as the Broncos with a 12-goal lead. And looks like we are into a running clock. Loose ball. Newman having trouble with it. There's a Newman on each team, although Dean Newman for BV hasn't gotten in yet. There's a deflection. The yellow call as Rio is subbing. We're going to get a timeout called. And Rio's going to call a timeout right here. And so the clock will stop at 3:28 to go, but the clock was running through the last goal and face-off. So with the 12-goal lead for Bella Vista, it looks like we are already into a running clock. Obviously, it stopped here for the timeout with 3:28 to go in the third quarter. Again, happy to have you along here on BV Live Sports. The Broncos winning, leading this one here by a score of 13-1. Thomas Lonnie has 2 goals tonight, bringing his career total to 87. Jackson Ellsworth has 2, which brings his career total to 45. Jonah Alonso has 2. That brings his career total to 17. Of course, Jonah missed all of last season due to an injury and a good portion of this season. Otherwise, you figure he may have more than just the 17 that he has. Avery Deacon also has 2 goals tonight for Bella Vista, and that's at 29. So his next goal for Avery Deacon is going to be his 30th career goal. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if maybe he gets that opportunity here over the course of the next 15 minutes and 28 seconds as we wind this one down here at Bella Vista High School. So again, barring a major comeback here in the next quarter plus, the Broncos would move to 7-5 on the year, 5-2 in league play, and complete the April 8th sweep of Rio Americano as the girls won at Rio earlier today. Play underway. Allen has it for Rio. Right out in front, the ball is loose and scooped up by Chase Jones. Leo Hansen getting a touch. Can Thompson chase this one down? Looks like he will. Can't control it, and it goes off his stick and out of bounds. So this will go back over to Rio. Here's Allen. Ball deflected, loose. And the Broncos come up with the loose ball. Aaron Bryan. This is Ellsworth. Now Harris. Harris takes another shot. Tabor with the save. He'll send that one downfield. Ellsworth nearly came up with an interception there. Here's an opportunity. Oh, Estrella was right there on the doorstep. Couldn't control the ball, but he picks it back up. Estrella has a couple of goals this year. Ball is loose. And Ellsworth has it again. Ellsworth on the move. Merrick. Victorine way out in front. Cody Simpson now on for Bella Vista. And now Cody Simpson will work his way over to the right. Now out in front, Joe Reynolds. Tabor may have gotten a stick on that one. And the quarter is going to come to an end here. Again, running clock. So that brings us to the end of the third quarter here at Bella Vista High School. It is a 13-1 lead for the Broncos. Broncos getting 3 goals in that third quarter. Ellsworth got 1 and Alonso got 2. There's your scoring recap for the Broncos as they lead this one by a score of 13-1. And so you got 12 more minutes on the board as the Broncos are 12 minutes away from their 5th league win of the year. They have losses at Vista del Lago and at St. Mary's, and a chance to come back from those 2 losses if they can get the wins on Wednesday of next week and then the following Monday, as that will wrap up the home schedule for Bella Vista. Those games on Monday the 15th Wednesday the 15th and Monday the 20th. A reminder, though, that the Broncos will be in action tomorrow night. This is going to be a fun one. As Village Christian of Sun Valley, California, the Los Angeles area, they're coming up north for a 2-game swing during their spring break, as they will be at Bella Vista tomorrow night. So we get to see a team that we've never seen before battle out against the Broncos tomorrow night. It'll be a 7:15 start and a 7:05 broadcast here on BV Live Sports. And then just continuing our coverage plans, we will see the girls on Monday as they take on Christian Brothers and Quinn McLaughlin. That will be Monday at 7:05. And then next Wednesday, we'll see that big game against St. Mary's, and then close out the boys' schedule the following Monday, the 20th. The season is already coming to an end. Where has it gone? My goodness. All right. Bigby Williams is going to play the fourth quarter in goal for Bella Vista from the JV team. Get a little varsity action for here, and what a game for Chase Jones tonight, including that save that he had right before halftime. That's why it's still 13-1 and not 13-2. Lots of JV players on the field right now for Bella Vista. Closest to us, just a little to the left of your screen, that's Jude Stefanik, number 27. Again, the Rio does not have a JV team, so there was no JV game tonight. Eris Gordon, who is also a call-up tonight, he is the one taking the face-off. And Christopher Romero Sanchez, who is a varsity player for Bella Vista, but hadn't seen a lot of playing time tonight, he's in there as well. Here's Gavin Petta for Rio Americano. So great experience for a lot of these younger players. Colt McCasey, number 34, is in the game as well. And Rylan Wilson is there with the long stick. He's the one, he's attacking with the long stick. Oh, no, he's back there on defense. I'm sorry. Got my wits about me wrong. But he's anchoring the defense. So he's providing some experience there for Bella Vista. But Avery Deacon and Aaron Bryan are going to come on now as the Broncos have possession. Deacon, by the way, as we mentioned, sitting on 29 career goals. Deacon comes up with the loose ball. See if he can get number 30 tonight. We'll see. Let's see if some of these other guys might get the opportunity as well. Here's Dean Newman from behind the net. Gordon, valuable varsity experience. And there's a shot from Gordon that goes wide. Back out, Joe Reynolds. He's dispossessed. Loose ball. Broncos fighting for it. Looks like Deacon's there. And the Broncos will bring it back out. Gordon is attacking again. Newman's going to try and chase this one down. It goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with Bella Vista. That's saved. That's a nice hustle play by BV. Who did that? It was Skiza that did that, kept that ball in bounds. And it creates this opportunity for Bella Vista. It looked like they were going to give that one up, but they still have the possession. Aaron Bryan. BV very methodical right now. They're taking their time, and they can. Ryan. Here's Gordon. Gordon's shot. That one goes wide. Newman's going to secure possession for Bella Vista. That is Dean Newman from the JV squad. He's played a couple of varsity games this year for BV. And then there's also Tyler Newman on Rio. Skiza. Ryan. Broncos. Oh, they tried to get that one to Deacon. That might have been an opportunity there for number 30. The ball comes across midfield, and Rio picks it up, so they don't call the over and back. They just pick up the ball. And they keep going. Pass in front. There's a shot, and that one goes wide. Bigby Williams tries to chase it down, and he may have gotten the possession for Bella Vista. He did. Great hustle there by the freshman goalie. Seeing some varsity action here. Here's Deacon behind the net. Nice defense there by Landon Bohan from Rio with the long stick. Going on the move. He finds Allen. That's a good, that wasn't a bad pass from Kai Allen. It did kind of turn Scott around, though. It was right there. Maybe Scott wasn't expecting it. Micah Green coming on, number 52 for Bella Vista, to see some varsity playing time. Patrick Cronin, number 25, into the game as well. That's Cronin with the ball right there. I like the highlighter yellow shoes. This one's out of bounds to Rio Americano. We approach 6 minutes to go. We're under 6 minutes, actually. Dean Newman is going to chase this one down for BV. You get a whistle. And this one's going to go over to Rio Americano. And at the other end, it's turned back over to Bella Vista. Teams trading turnovers here. Rio's going to bring it in. Estrella. Right out on the doorstep was Kai Allen. Bigby Williams comes up with it. Casey trying to control that one. And gets a little help from his friends. That's Kellen Ewart. He's got a goal tonight. We're getting some whistles. Failure to advance. So this goes back over to Rio. Tyler Newman. Workman, he's got the only goal tonight for Rio Americano. That's him, number 10 with the ball. Now Newman. Here's Allen. Allen. Broncos staying on him. There's a sweeping shot and a score. Hard to think that we would go a whole game with Allen not scoring tonight for Rio Americano. And the clock continues to run, of course, on the running clock as we hit 3 minutes to go. So 13-2 now. Enzo Harris picks up the loose ball. He's got a goal tonight. Got his first career varsity save. Bigby Williams, as we mentioned, is playing goal in the fourth quarter for Bella Vista. And he got his first career varsity save a few moments ago. And, well, he also just gave up his first career varsity goal, too. But you know what? It was going to happen at some point because that's the life of a goalie. He's done very well for the JV team this year. Here's Newman. Under 2 minutes. Ryan. Rio comes up with it. This is Cooper Carey. We talked about Jack Lambertus for Rio Americano. I don't think he's here tonight. We haven't called his name. I don't see the number 5. And we just kind of got focused in on the game and didn't really get to that storyline at all tonight. A minute to go. Flag is down. This will go against Bella Vista. Rio continuing to play as we approach 30 seconds to go. Penalty might not actually be served. We'll see. Here's Allen again. He's bumped. Here's a shot. That one looks like that came off the pipe. Clock is running out here with the final seconds. And this one is going to come to an end here at Bella Vista High School. It is a 13-2 Broncos win. And sure enough, they go to 7-5 on the year and 5-2 in league play. Look there at the victorious Bella Vista Broncos as they come off the field here. And in a few minutes, we will hear from Coach Chris Wilson and some of the players tonight as we wrap this one up here at Bella Vista High School. All right, so the players are going to do the handshake right here, and then we'll get this one. We'll hear from the players here in just a few moments. So we have our final score here. The Broncos win this one by a score of 13-2, and now can set their sights on the Crusaders of Village Christian High School. You know, the girls when they shake hands after the game, they actually clank sticks. You don't really see that with the boys. You don't hear that familiar sound here. But there they go as the Broncos win this one by a score of 13-2. And it kind of got going their way early. They had a 7-0 lead at the end of the first quarter, and early on in the second, they had that 8-0. And in fact, the first 8 goals for the Broncos were scored by different players. And then Thomas Lonnie got his second to kind of repeat things. And then Avery Deacon repeated. Ellsworth later repeated. Alonso then got a couple. And throw in goals from Buzz Workman and Kai Allen from the Rio Americano Raiders, and there is your scoring. Well, so just to kind of recap where we are on some of the things that we are watching, Thomas Lonnie is now up to 87 career goals. With 3 tomorrow, he can get to 90, and that could position him, if he can do that, if he can get to 90 tomorrow, and then maybe get, or even more than that, and then get a few against Christian Brothers, that could position him to possibly reach career goal 100 a week from tonight against St. Mary's here at Bella Vista, and that would be really cool. It's really cool when the players can do that at home. We remember Mateo Polanco was a couple of years ago. He's the one that started this yearly tradition of somebody scoring their 100th career goal. But he did so on the road. He did so at Nevada Union. Matthew Bunny got career goal number 100 here last year. And Thomas Lonnie, we'll see what happens with him, whether it might come. Well, he'd have to score 13 goals tomorrow for it to come tomorrow night. But if he can get some tomorrow and some on Monday and then be ready to go on Wednesday. It could happen on Wednesday, or it could happen on senior night on the 20th. So we'll see where that works out for Thomas Lonnie. Avery Deacon, we talked about, he's probably going to be one of the top scorers for the team next year. He had 2 goals tonight, and for Avery, that's career goals number up to 29 for him. So we'll see what happens. The Broncos post-game huddle has been wrapped up, and now we will be hoping to hear from coach and players, and we'll see what we have. It looks like Coach Wilson is coming over right now to talk with us, and then we'll see about some players. There's Coach Wilson walking over, and we'll sure that we've got everything aligned correctly. Okay. There he is. Well, spring break is over, Chris. It's probably good to have this one in the books, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's good to get back on the field. 2 weeks off. It feels like a long time for between games, especially with how condensed our season is. So good to get back out and get a W on the board.
And this one got going early. I think here's something that a coach would love to hear. Your first 8 goals were scored by 8 different players.
That is music to my ears. I didn't know it was exactly that many, but I knew it was a lot, and I know we also had a lot of players that scored their first goal this tonight.
Yeah, how special for Kellen Ewart and Enzo Harris coming up from the JV squad, and they got that opportunity, and they were able to get those first career varsity goals.
Yeah, I've really been challenging our JV players, and we kind of made a decision early on this season that we're going to practice together as a team. So we don't have a separate practice for our JV and our varsity, and I think tonight really is showing the benefits of that. I think we saw some high-level play from some of our JV players, and of course, I mean, from an experience level and just a general skill, size, all those things, athleticism. There is obviously clearly a difference, but I mean, we were still running our offense and moving the ball around and making plays, and I think a lot of our goals came through our offense, which is great to see too.
We had the opportunity, I think it was against West Park. Aaron Bryan was one of the guys that we got to talk to, and sure enough, speaking of first career goals, he got a nice look, and he did a lot. He did a lot of attacking tonight.
Yeah, we've been asking Aaron all season, even in practice, just to be willing to shoot more, and tonight he finally took some shots. So it's hard to score when you don't shoot. So I think tonight he finally let it rip a few times.
And that's really cool for him. Obviously, we're continuing the watch with Thomas Lonnie, a couple tonight, so he's up to 87 on his career. So possibility maybe next Wednesday, maybe the following Monday, of something very special happening here on this field.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we took the opportunity tonight, just knowing that we have a back-to-back game tomorrow against the top 35 team in the state. That we definitely wanted to get into a position where we could rest a few of our players and make sure they're ready to go. We've got a pretty grueling stretch of games, next week as far as league games. So we wanted to make sure that we really were able to number one, get some experience for some of the younger guys, but also be able to get some rest for some of the older guys. I know, obviously, if I talked to all of them, they would have loved to play, every single minute of the game, but we got a big one tomorrow, and it's an opportunity for us to kind of make a statement and show that not just for our team, but also just Sacramento area lacrosse, that we can compete with the Southern California teams.
And we'll get into that in just a second. But speaking of guys that got some valuable experience tonight, you had Big B Williams in goal for the fourth quarter. Again, valuable experience in a varsity game for your freshman JV goalie.
Yeah, Big B's been working really hard all season, so I'm really proud of him for just being able to step in there, and I thought he held himself really well. He was composed and made some good plays for us, and I owe a lot of where Big B's at to Chase. He's really been mentoring him along, and he's taken a pretty crucial role in kind of building his confidence up, and I think probably the most excited person on the sideline was Chase for him tonight.
Yeah, it was really cool to see him get that opportunity tonight. Village Christian tomorrow night from Sun Valley, California. They're coming up from L.A. You talked about when you went to the Bay Area this year to play Justin Siena, how important that was for a team building, just getting the team together as a unit on a bus for a long trip. Well, that's what they're doing, and they're coming out here for a couple of games. They get you tomorrow night, and they get Folsom on Saturday. But that's got to be really cool. You mentioned that they're a top 35 team in the state, but just to play a team from a different part of the state, a team that you probably don't know anybody on the team. Just a different experience tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's fun to play a different team, and I'm hoping that they're looking at it as a vacation and they're coming up here having fun, and we're going to work, and maybe we can catch them off guard. So, but yeah, I mean, all joking aside, I think it is a good opportunity for us to be able to play. So the thing about the lacrosse community that you find out really quick is that everybody knows everybody. Like we go and play all these teams. Like I already know who all these players are. I've been watching these players play for years, and so you don't really get caught off guard by too many players. So it is kind of from the strategic aspect of it and from the coaching aspect of it to be able to go against a different team and be able to maybe try some different looks and try some different things that I've wanted to try and be able to see if we can execute on those.
All right, and then you mentioned big stretch of games next week. You got Christian Brothers, you got St. Mary's, and then of course Vista del Lago comes your way on the following Monday. It's already going to be senior night in a couple of weeks. Where is the season going?
Yeah, we actually have senior nights a week from today.
It's going to be it's going to be at St. Mary's. Okay.
Yeah, it's against St. Mary's, which I mean. Right now, I mean, you never want to look past games, right? So obviously we've got Village Christian tomorrow, and then we've got Christian Brothers on Monday. Christian Brothers, I've been kind of following them. I know their coach, and they've been putting some results on the board, and I think they've been taking some teams by surprise. I think they've been growing as a club, which I'm not surprised about, knowing their coach. And so that's obviously the game that we got to take care of business. And then, but St. Mary's right now, they're number 2, right? So until we knock them off, at this point, we're on the outside looking in. So that does become a crucial game. And while it's not a deciding game in terms of the final standings, it's definitely a huge game for kind of how things are going to shake out.
So you need to get to that second place spot. Is that to guarantee a spot? Is there a possibility at third you could get in?
I think that right now, as it kind of shakes out, I believe that it is likely going to be very difficult for a third team from our conference to get in. Doesn't mean it's not possible. I'm sure if somebody crunched all the numbers, I'm sure they could find a way for it to work. But I think at this point right now, I don't want to take anything for chance. So I think we're targeting trying to focus on these last league games. I mean, obviously it would be ideal if we could run the table, but there's a lot of good teams that we're playing. As Dave always likes to point out, a lot of these teams are very similar, right? Whether it's Wood Creek and now Christian Brothers kind of coming back up, and St. Mary's and West Park. Vista's been, obviously the dominating team in the conference for a long time. So they're still number 1 until somebody can knock them off. But there's a lot of teams that are kind of in that mid-tier group that are all kind of fighting and clawing for an opportunity.
And you just in that sentence mentioned all of your upcoming opponents next week.
It's going to be brutal.
Christian Brothers, because you have the Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week with Christian Brothers.
We do, yep.
And then St. Mary's, and then Wood Creek, and then the Monday and Friday are both on the road. Then you get Vista del Lago to close out the home schedule, and then you go to West Park to finish it off. Right?
It's going to be a tough 10-day stretch, that's for sure.
But you guys are up to the task. A good one tonight, certainly, and really looking forward to seeing that one tomorrow night against Village Christian, and see you guys match up with them.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it, too. Thanks for everything you do up there. I didn't grab any players tonight. I apologize.
That's fine, Chris. We can do that tomorrow.
Okay, perfect.
All right, Chris, thank you very much.
Right.
We appreciate your time. Good luck tomorrow, and we will see you at that time.
See you tomorrow, same time. It's going to be a good one.
You bet. All right, so that's Chris Wilson, the head coach of the Bella Vista Broncos, as they come up with the 13-2 win tonight over Rio Americano. And again, just to kind of run down the scoring, Lonnie had 2, Ellsworth had 2, Deacon had 2, and Alonzo had 2. And then those with 1, Cody Simpson, Will Victorine, Aaron Bryan, Kellen Ewert, Enzo Harris. And there are your goal scorers tonight. 13 goals for the Bella Vista Broncos here tonight. So that is where we stand tonight. We thank, of course, Chris Wilson for joining us on the post-game show here tonight. It was good to hear from him, and good to hear as well the perspective on how it's going to work with the playoffs. We weren't necessarily sure if a third-place team was going to get in. Sounds like at this point that they're not. So what that means for Bella Vista is you got to win them all. Tomorrow night's game doesn't factor in. So if they lose tomorrow night, that's actually not going to affect anything because you need to get into that second spot. And so the Broncos are going to need to win out. And even if they do win out, if St. Mary's also wins out, then they finish with equal records and a tiebreaker will have to be used. If the Broncos can win out and then St. Mary's maybe slips one more time, then the Broncos can move ahead of them. That's what makes that game next Wednesday night so pivotal, but also the game on Monday against Christian Brothers. Each game as it comes is extremely pivotal for this team, and so you got to take them all. It sounds cliche, but you got to take them all one at a time, and then we work from there. So a good win tonight for the Broncos. They are now 7-5 on the year, 5-2 on the league schedule. Let's go ahead and run down our coverage plans for you. We will be on the air tomorrow night as Village Christian of Southern California comes calling. 7:05 is our start time, and 7:15 is the opening face-off. We're going to have the girls for you on Monday against Christian Brothers. That will be at 7:05, and we could be seeing Quinn McLaughlin we will be seeing Quinn McLaughlin of Christian Brothers, but we might see her score her 200th career goal in that game. It depends on how things play out for Christian Brothers this week, but it's certainly something that we will be keeping an eye on as far as that game goes. And of course, the Lady Broncos, they win tonight or they win this afternoon over at Rio by a 22-1 count. And so they remain undefeated on the year. They, of course, are fighting for that league title. And that undefeated season, something that just barely eluded them last year, but something that they want to get. So while the girls are playing, and we're calling the girls game on Monday, the boys will be over at Christian Brothers, and we'll keep our eyes on that one for you as well, and try to get you updates during Monday night's girls broadcast. And then a week from tonight, the Broncos will be hosting St. Mary's, and as we just found out, that is actually going to be senior night. So that is coming a week from tonight. And then the regular season home finale is Monday the 20th for the Broncos. And then on the 22nd, 2 weeks from today, the Broncos will be at West Park to close out the regular season. And they got to win all of those games next week and the week after. That is going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. We're going to see you tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. Our camera operator tonight, Stephanie DeGata, and our producer, Carolyn Hurd. Now this is George Tharlson from Bella Vista High School, where the Broncos win this one by a score of 13-2. We're going to see you tomorrow night.